Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's a stream. We're going to be talking about Diogo Jota and remembering him, talking about our greatest moments. And I know I've not been live since the news all came out. And for me personally, I wanted to mainly take a break from YouTube, take time to reflect and have my thoughts and prayers for the family members of Diogo Jota that, unfortunately and sadly has been, affected. Also, by the way, people, there is actually a link in the description. If you're someone that's been affected by this in any sort of way, click on the link and there is people that can help you with that. So, but I hope everyone is somewhat well in, however you're dealing with the news. I know a lot of people, have taken it really bad. Some people they're just too much lost for words, and I'm one of those people, man. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take time away from doing the content. I'm not asked about the clicks that some people have been doing. I won't mention names, but there's been YouTubers out there that have been making streams, videos around Diogo Jota, putting monetization on this. By the way, this stream is not monetized. I don't know why someone would want to monetize a video talking about something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. But yeah, today's stream, I don't know how long it's going to be. I just wanted to come on and give my favorite memories of Diogo Jota and have my thoughts and feelings and prayers towards the family, and hope everyone in the chat, is well, and let me know how you all are. Do you know what I mean? It's been a hectic few days as well, because obviously I recently moved as well. So, not only that, I've actually had to also deal with that as well. So, yeah, it's been hectic for me and my girlfriend, but that, to be fair, did help me take my mind off it at times. Let's dive into some of the chat. Big up to Katie in the chat, forever number 20. Guys, smash the likes and subs on your way in. Rest in peace, Jota and his brother, forever 20. Yep. Thanks for showing the respect you've shown. Sad time for us, buddy. Yep. Our number 20 forever champion. His name is Diogo. Tribute tattoos booked for next week. Big up to yourself, Nathan, bro. Some of the media have been a shambles, to say the least. Yes. The media have been shocking. Big up to Zia, man. Congrats on hitting 1K, bro. Big up to you, mates. Everyone go and drop a subscription on Zia. I will be back on this show this Thursday. Rest in peace, yep. Are you back for good in terms of what making content? In terms of, I don't know what my plan is around content. For me, I don't know what the plan is around content right now because it just don't sit well with me talking about transfers and stuff like that. And I know the lads are back from pre-season, which we're going to dive into later in the show. But for me, it don't sit well with me. And I've seen a couple of content creators do it. And in my opinion, I don't know if I agree with how they've all gone about it. Thoughts and prayers with Jota and Silver's family. Big up to yourself, see you, mates. Hope you're thanks, man, being about me. Bro, of course it's about you, mate. You're the one that got to the 1K. You're the one that put in the grind, the effort, and the dedication to show what you wanted. Hope you guys are all doing well. I think how I wanted to start the show was going through everyone's thoughts and feelings, their opinions on Jota. I'm going to go through a lot of what the players have said over the past couple of days. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my personal ones on Diogo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log on to my Instagram because I don't know if I can find them all through Twitter, but obviously I follow all the players on Instagram, so it'll be best for me to do it through Insta. Who should I start off with, chat? Which player tribute shall I read out first? Robbo? Yeah, we'll do Robbo. We'll do Robbo first. I appreciate the love and support, though. 100%, mate. You know, you're a real guy. You know, I've got a lot of respect for you, mates. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this tab. So you want me to do Andy Robertson? Yeah, so this is what Robbo had to say. I think is it this one? Yeah, so 4 days ago, this is what Robertson had to say regarding Diogo Jota. The ones I'm thinking about mostly right now, the family. Their loss is too much to bear. I'm sorry that they have lost two precious souls, Diogo and Andre. And also, can I just say, rest in peace to Andre as well. And I know Jota's going to get more the attention and the more news around because obviously professional footballer, Liverpool, etc. But Andre should be getting the exact same love and condolences as well. For the team and the club, we'll try to cope with this together, how long it takes. For me, I want to talk about my mate, my buddy, the bloke I loved and will miss like crazy. I could talk about him as a player for hours, but none of that feels like it matters right now. It's the man, the person. He was such a good guy at the best. So genuine, just so normal and real. For all the love and the people he cared about, full of fun. He was the most British foreign player I've ever met. We used to joke he was really Irish. I'd claim him as a Scottish, obviously. I even called him Diogo Mac Jota. We could watch the darts, enjoyed the horse racing, go to Cheltenham this season was a highlight, one of the best we had. And then obviously it follows up more by the last time I saw him was the happiest day of his life. His wedding, I want to remember him never ceasing smile from the magical day, how much he was bursting with love for his wife and family. I can't believe we're saying goodbye. It's too soon. It hurts so much. But thank you for being in my life, mate, and making it better. Love you, Diego. Do you know what's beautiful about the Andy Robertson one? I just realised I didn't share the screen. Whoops. I apologise about that. That should be there. So you can see Andy Robertson's right there. I just wrote that out. What's beautiful regarding Robertson's, for me, is he's not talking about him as a footballer. He's talking about him as a person, as a personality, the connections that they had off the pitch, because I think that always matters as a footballer. When your mates and your teammates, I think what you build the bonds, etc., off the pitch is where it truly matters. And in Robertson's piece there, he's clearly indicating and stating what he meant to him as a mate, and ultimately that's the most important thing for him. Jota, Kelleher, and Robert were best friends, and their words was talking of a friend. Facts, anyways. Big up, take care of yourself. Big up to yourselves here all the time, mate. Exactly, and that's what I found beautiful and heartwarming, that they're talking about their mate rather than him as a footballer, because I don't think we all need to kind of do that. We all kind of know what a footballer Diogo Jota is, so we don't need to, that's why the players didn't need to talk about him as a footballer, because they knew what he meant as a footballer to the fans, etc. It was more about him as a person, and that's what's most important here. This is a man that's more than just a footballer. I think a lot of things people forget is footballers aren't just footballers. They are family men. They do have friends. They do have normal human being. They are ultimately a normal human being, just like me and just like everyone else in the chat. And, as this is a person that got married 2 weeks ago, probably arguably the best 6-7 months of his life. Within that time, he had another child, 3 beautiful children, a beautiful, loving wife, childhood sweetheart. I think they was together from the age of 15, I believe, or something like that. That's what you call a childhood sweetheart and true love. And to eventually marry her is absolutely wonderful and beautiful. And have it taken away 2 weeks later, you've probably not even by that time soaked up the whole, we've just got married, enjoying the moment. Like, when people get married, normally they celebrate for a couple of weeks and months. And unfortunately, they wasn't able to do that. And that's what makes it so tragically sad. There's 2 things that for me that makes it really sad, is that some of those children, the 7 months old one, I think she's 7 months old, his daughter, I believe, I think she's 7 months old. She ain't gonna remember her dad. So when she gets to maybe like the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, when you're still a young child, and you actually learn what a mum and what a dad is, etc., she ain't gonna have that. All she sees as a baby is ultimately a couple of people in her face holding her, kissing her and showing her love. That's all she's gonna know. And that's what's sad, you know what I mean? And you feel sorry for the oldest one as well. Like, I think he's 4 or 5. He probably would have been to Anfield and watched his dad play football. So when he's going to be asking questions like, Mummy, why are we going to Anfield to watch Daddy play? Where's Daddy in it? And every time that gets mentioned, his wife is going to absolutely shed of tears. And that is what's so tragically sad about it. And you feel the parents as well, losing both of their childs, in the same situation. And you also go to Andre as well. I believe he got married. So as a whole family, was probably the best time of their lives for the mothers, for everyone in and around the family. 2 proud parents watching their sons get married to their beautiful wives, have children, grandkids. You couldn't ask for much more in life from a personal standpoint of view. And that to have that all taken away from a situation where all Jota was doing was going ultimately back to work. He was on his way back to Liverpool, obviously. I don't want to get it wrong, but obviously I think I'm paraphrasing here. I believe he had something wrong with his lung or something like that. So obviously he had to I think it was an operation or something like that. So he can obviously play football and get fit again. So obviously I believe he was carrying that through the injury, because I think he had that injury against Chelsea, which was very early on in the season. So he couldn't probably have that done until the end of the season. And you go back to, they wouldn't have known that was the last time they would have seen him. So ultimately, they would have seen it as, look, this isn't goodbye. She would have said to him, drive safe, etc. I love you. And he would have hugged all his kids and his mum and dad. And do you know what I mean? And that's what's sad about it, that he wouldn't have been able to say a proper goodbye. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what's so sad, man. And you know what? I feel so sorry for the kids, because coming from someone who's been in that sort of similar situation to a parent, not having a dad since I was born, so I know the pain those kids are going to go through, man. And my hearts and prayers go out to every single one of them. When I saw the news initially, I woke up. I think it was about 10 o'clock. I think it was about 10 o'clock. I woke up, saw the news. So obviously I'm waking up. I think I went to the toilet, came back, and I grabbed my phone. I've seen there's about 7 or 8 missed calls, 100 plus Twitter notifications, Snapchat messages, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going off here? When I saw that my granddad rang me a couple of times, and I think it was someone else in my family, but they don't like football like that, and I knew that's when I knew the news were real. And I literally logged on. I see a tweet from somebody saying "Rest in peace, Diogo Jota." I clicked on the initial tweet, and I'm thinking, is someone pulling a joke? Is this information wrong? This, and that. So then what I did was to see if this information was correct before, before having internal thoughts and stuff, was let me check to see if Liverpool had tweeted, have Sky News tweeted, and then I refreshed and then they tweeted, and I was just like, oh no. Man, Thursday was, yeah. Like, even just talking about it still doesn't feel real, even talking about how I felt on Thursday. Because I remember I literally just broke that. I screamed no. And I just cried on my bed, man. And obviously then my girlfriend came and gave me a hug, and saw it. Because she saw the news before me. So obviously she knew, she wanted to be there ready for me. That's what, And then Thursday I was in bits all day, man. I can't lie. Just reading all the posts from the players, from the manager, seeing the flowers being laid down. And let's not talk. And then obviously I went to lay flowers, and I cried again. Man. Absolute condolences, and again, rest in peace to Diogo Jota. Never will be forgotten. I'm going to read some of the chat. Big up to CJ in chat. Rest in peace forever. Newcastle are playing You Never Walk Alone when we play them, by the way. I've seen a couple of things, bits on that, yeah. That pic of them for the horse racing tore me up. Sometimes fans need to take a look at them as not robots. Facts. It still feels wrong talking about transfers on news. Is that just me? No, that's not just you, bro. I know there's a couple of people who have asked me, when are you going to start talking about the transfers and news and stuff like that? For people that want to know about stuff like that, I'm going to speak about that later on in the show. I claim Jota as Irish too, forever 20. I am making a highlight of him soon. My second favourite pool player, gutted. Yep. For people that know I've moved, by the way, now I'm making, obviously people don't know that I've moved, like moving. Obviously I'm going to build like a new background, whole new background, etc. And there's going to be some stuff on there in memory of Jota for the season. Thought the news was fake. I think we all did, mate. I know that, but I'm just saying Liverpool can't freeze now. Poor wife. Yep. Yep. I think, look, for me, and I go back to the players before I give my thoughts on, and we start to remember Jota myself. I think I wanted to look at Kelleher. That was beautiful. Kelleher and Ibrahim Kanate were the best ones that were best tributes in memory of him. So this is what Keller had to say. I can't believe I'm writing this now. I'm finding it hard to put into words. I'm absolutely devastated by the news. All my thoughts and condolences are with Ruth and their three beautiful kids, and Diogo and Andre's family. It was such a pleasure to get to know them, to get to know you over the years, and to share some special memories on the pitch and even so off the pitch. You become one of my closest friends in football. We bonded over all things sports, watching any football match we could find, often your brother Andre's game on your iPad. I was surprised a lad from Portugal loved sports such as darts, snooker and horse racing so much. Some of the best memories were having a laugh watching them with you. You're always a fun, genuine, normal, down-to-earth, loving family man, and always competitive. I'm going to miss our pre-season match program quiz. I feel so blessed and grateful to have seen you on your happiest day and the day of your wedding, and be able to share that in the day with you was so special. I'll never forget it. You were deeply loved by everyone at the club, the city, and all over the world. It's gonna hurt for a long time, and I'm gonna miss you so much. But I feel so lucky to have got to know you, such a good friend. Love you, Diego. That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And obviously, you can. This is the one of the pictures that Kelleher shared on his Instagram. Obviously, Robertson. I assume that's Robert's girlfriend, and that's Kelleher's girlfriend. That's the Diego, and obviously his beautiful wife. You know, I look at some interesting points made in here. You know, I'm talk about the match program quiz, for example. His passion and his love for other sports, to be able to go out and do those with, you know, his teammates on and off the pitch. So sad, absolutely, just so sad. Just because I want to track the news doesn't mean the club downstairs there will still be loads going on behind the scenes. Yep. What did I wanted to bring up next was Kanate. Ibrahim Kanate one, my opinion, was the best one. Absolutely beautiful from Kanate, and obviously he does end up putting some other bits on his Instagram. Diego, I still can't believe it. I'm devastated. I have no words to express my feelings beyond the extraordinary footballer you were. They were an exceptional man and a friend and a brother. May you and Andre rest in peace. I'm truly devastated by the news. The club, this family that we are shared together, we will never forget you. I think back to all the moments we shared and I still can't believe it. They all seemed perfect. You can be sure for one thing, your family won't walk alone. We'll be there to help them through this devastating moment. I would like to address the world today. It's Diego and his brother. Yesterday it was someone else. Tomorrow it could be us. Let's enjoy every moment that life offers with our families, our friends, even strangers. Let's try to live in the peace and send each other love. We don't know what tomorrow brings. I love you, my brother. That was beautiful. And obviously, he showed a clip of, him and Diego, Canate, and some others in there. That's that. That's Canate makes some really interesting points there that I want to address. Yesterday, it was someone else. Tomorrow, it could be us. That's one thing that people need to remember, man. Life is. I feel like this has been a wake up call for me in some sense, in terms of if you've got a goal in life, go and do it. You want to achieve something, go and do it. You want to do this, go and do it. You want to make it up with a family member, a friend, something like that, go and do it. Because you never know, there could be a moment where you might not be able to go and do it. And one, you could regret it, or two, you sadly may not be here. And that's what's sad about life in that sort of sense. And I feel like Kanate makes that last paragraph beautiful in the sense of it's kind of a wake up call for a lot of people I've seen. And obviously he goes on, talks about his family and stuff like that. That's what I find beautiful about the togetherness and the love. That's what I love about my players and everyone else at the football club, because it's a family. It's a family in the sense of, it's not just 11 men kicking a football on a pitch and then you go home to your families or whoever. This is togetherness outside of the training pitches, outside of the pitch, the dressing rooms. There's a real togetherness and love that is shared between our players, and that is why my football club is so special in that way. That the city of Liverpool, the club, there's no place that shows love better, in my opinion. There's no club that shows that better, in my opinion. And yeah, guys, could we? I don't really want to. If people in the chat, if you want to, I don't really want to talk about transfers. Today's stream is about remembering Diogo Jota. It's not about, talking about some stuff. I've seen some of the transfer news this morning, and I clicked off it straight away. Just for me, no. What else? Forever Diego, man. Big up. And stay blessed as always. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Liverpool goals. We all knew Jota was staying and maybe Nunes and Diaz were going. And the thing is, for me, I want to talk about my memories of Jota. So people in the chat, if you want to get involved, you can. I'm going to speak about my memories of Diogo Jota. For me, I'm thinking of actually doing a video in terms of ranking my top 10 Diogo Jota moments as like a remembering video to him. And by the way, people, if you are joining the stream or watching back the stream, there's a link in the description. It's like a charity type thing. So if you're struggling mentally or anything like that with this news, or maybe if it's triggered you, maybe because you lost a family member due to a situation like this or anything like that, click the link down below, and there'll always be people there to talk to. Do you know what I mean? I like to look out for my people that watch me on my content. If people are struggling, make sure you click that link. When the little kids grow up, they will see how much their dad was loved. 100%. 100%. And when I'm reading some of the paragraphs made by the players, the togetherness to support his family, to never be forgotten, not in a month's time or a year or in 5 years. They will never be forgotten, and the family will never be forgotten, in the sense of looking after them, making sure they're okay. Do you know what I mean? Because certain people may get over this, but the family members will never get over this. The children will never get over losing their dad. Roots, I think her name is, sorry, will never get over this. She will never get over losing her husband. The family, the parents, the cousins, the everyone else in the family will never get over losing Andre and Diogo. They'll never get over that. And that's what I like. Knowing that they're always going to have that love and support is what's good. And I did see a couple of things that have been mentioned about the club giving them money to make sure, that's beautiful as well, from the football club, to make sure that those kids are going to have the best shot at life, in the sense of education. When they grow older, they're never going to worry again, in the sense of they're not going to have to worry about financials or in decades and decades to come, because the Jota family will forever be mourning Andre and Diego. They'll never get over it. And as the players and the football club, if they can do that their bit in terms of their support and love, then that is what truly matters here. I'm still in shock. I'm absolutely still in shock, man. It's mad, I go back to some of my I'm going to move on to my Jota memories. One of my favourite Jota memories actually isn't in playing football. For any of you people in the chat that play FIFA, for any of you people in the chat that play FIFA, you'll know that most football clubs will do like a player ratings type video. If you don't know what I mean, it's this. FC25. I think it's player ratings on FC25? Yes, it's this. So basically, Liverpool always do this sort of thing each year, where they'll do like a Liverpool player ratings. It's always about 15-20 minutes long, and you see, one of the reasons why I like it is, one, because I like FIFA myself, and two, you get to see the bonding, the connection that this squad has, the laughter, as you can see in this thumbnail of the video, and you click on it, you can literally see the players all literally laughing. That's one of my favorite memories. Every year, I always look forward to that video, and Jota's always the center front of that, and that's going to take a bit of getting used to, because that's something I've loved over the years, watching him. I think Jota used to stream on Twitch as well. He used to have his own team, and I remember there was a couple of times near the lockdown period I used to watch him stream on Twitch. Obviously, I didn't have a clue what he was saying because I don't speak Portuguese. But I used to just watch him because, one, he was a Liverpool player. I liked FIFA, stuff like that. And yeah, you saw the actual real personality of Jota, man. One of the things I loved about Diogo was such a down-to-earth bloke. He wasn't about flashing the latest watch, cars, money, or house, those sort of things that a lot of people like to do. All he bothered about was playing football, playing his FIFA, and being a family man and a friend. That's all he was bothered about. He wasn't All the other things were effectively a bonus to him. You go back to the stories that you hear about him, literally all he wanted to do was play his FIFA, play football growing up, as a child and as a teenager and a young adult. And that just shows the personality of him, a proper down to guy. And his personality on the pitch, I loved him because he understood the football club. He understood what it meant to play for Liverpool. A lot of his celebrations was always about touching the badge. And one of the memories that stands out for Jota as a player, there's two, and they're based off his celebrations. One was against Tottenham, where obviously Richarlison scored his 3-3s, giving it the absolute big one. The beef between Liverpool and Richarlison, etc. And literally about 30 seconds later, and the reason why it's such a Jota goal is for any people in the chat that play FIFA, you'll know about like the kickoff glitch where literally 30 seconds later you go and score. That's literally what Liverpool did. And it was a calm, collective finish, low driven, Jota, bang, winner. And Anfield is going berserk. The players are going berserk. Last minute winner, whoa. And Jota is just so calm and composed. He's just like, relax, relax. And just does the controller celebration. That just shows him as a character, man. Like, he wasn't all for the cameras and stuff like that. He just came, sat down, and just did that celebration. What a classy guy. And you go to the other celebration against Leicester in the Carabao Cup. That game, the Leicester fans were vile. They were saying some nasty shit. I'm not going to sing it because I hate what they're saying, right? But they were singing some vile things about Liverpool, the fans, etc., right? And we were getting smoked in that game. I think we was 3-1 down at one point. We was 3-1 down at one point. And I think, yeah, so Jota gets us back in it and gets it to 3-2. We're getting slapped by Vardy and Maddison with our kids. Klopp brings on the big guns. Jota scores 3-2, game on. Mina scores last minute 3-3. He gets the penalties. The whole Andy Road end, so the Anfield Road end, the whole bottom tier was all Leicester fans giving it. Jota has the decisive moment. He scores the penalty. We're through to the semi-final of the Cup. And he then just absolutely goes berserk and starts doing all this and that, like, are you hearing now? What are you saying now type thing. He just understood the football club. He just understood what it meant to play for Liverpool. And that was one of the reasons why he was a fan favourite. And you go into his song is one of the best songs in Liverpool history. And it will be sang for decades and decades. We'll go through some of bit more of the comments. Facts, our players are treated like royalty by the club. Obviously, you have some players who want to leave right now, but in general, you will never hear our players talk the club. Facts. Can you read out what Bradley said? What Conor Bradley? Oh no. Yeah, Conor Bradley's, man. The ending of that's what made me cry. So this is what Conor Bradley had to say. Was Jots, where, let me see if the screen's still showing. Jots, where do I start? What an incredible footballer, but even a better person. I feel really lucky to have spent a few years with you. It was always nice coming into the changing rooms in the morning and seeing you smiling and laughing constantly, calling me a hanger. I always remember the first time you invited me to your room to play FIFA. I think everyone knows where this is going. We was playing, and by half-time, I'm pretty sure I was 5-0 down. That was the last time I was ever falling into that trap. When I first moved up from the academy, you were always there for me and always helped me settle in with the lads, which I'll forever be grateful for. My thoughts are with your wife, children, and family for losing both Diego and Andre. I can't imagine how tough this is for you all, as I know, though this feels for me today. Love you, Jots, and I'm sure we will meet again. Our number 20. Rest in peace. Beautiful words. Beautiful words. That last bit about, I'm sure we'll see you again, man. Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. All of them were beautiful. All the tributes from the players. Ruben Neves as one, by the way, was heartwarming. But my personal ones that I connected with the most and that, that made me really emotional was Bradley's, Canate's, and Andy Robertson's. That Andy Robertson one, I think, was the first player tribute I saw that came out. I sobbed, man. And that day I didn't really feel like cooking. And it was my last day before I moved. And so I just went to Mackie to just take my mind off it. Went to my phone and then I saw Canate's. I had to go to the Mackey's toilets because I had glasses on to hide my emotions because you could tell I'd been crying and I was emotional that day. So I had like these glasses on to hide away the emotion. And I just remember I ran into the McDonald's toilets because it was emotional, man. It was emotional. And you know what? I've seen a lot of people talk about their emotions. Guys, if people are emotional about this, cry, man. It takes a real man to cry. It takes a real bloke. This is coming from someone from a young age who struggled how to cry, in the sense of to a family member, to his mum, etc. And that's why I feel so connected with my players and why it hurts, and my club, because they're the one thing that can actually make me cry. And that's why I love this club so much. Sounded just like a friend would say, killed me. Yep. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful in the way it was, written by the players, in the way it was structured. I thought the manager really shown the character that he is, and this is why I got so much love and respect for Arne Slot. People think his journey at Liverpool has been easy. It's not. Look what he has had to deal with in his first year at being manager at Liverpool Football Club. And this is why we have got a heart of gold again. Do you know what I mean? So, Jota showed us all the importance of being a good person. Facts. Top guy, man. Top guy. I still can't believe it, guys, because, about a month ago, I was there for the parade. 2 months ago, I was at the Tottenham game, watching us win the Premier League title that day. Seeing all the players running around up until the Kop. Just to think how happy he was as well then. That I saw him so happy in the flesh. Not easy for men to show they want to cry, but the Jota news to bring tears to my eyes as well. That's one of the things, man. If you want to cry, chat, cry. It's up to you. It takes a man to cry. I learned that coming from someone that struggled too. You couldn't even pay me £1,000 to cry because I would struggle. And this, for people that saw my community posts, there was a reason why I did take a break as well, and why I didn't take a talk. It's why I didn't make any content. That's why I'm doing the stream today. I wanted a bit more time to reflect and gather my thoughts, because if I did a stream or a video or anything like that, as you can see in the video, I was struggling to get my words out. And that's why at the time I didn't do any streams like other content creators, because I just couldn't physically get my words out. And I knew if I was to do a stream on the day or maybe a day or two after, I would have got I'm really badly emotional on the stream. So that was a couple of reasons why. And a couple of people in the chat will know the story that is that's linked to Diogo, and why it really touched me. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat, man. I do hope everyone is well. And again, if you are watching on the playback, there is a link down below for people that have been affected by this tragedy. So click the link down below, and there is always people for you to speak to, always. But yeah, I am thinking of doing. Let me know, guys, if you do want me to do the video where I rank my top 10 Jota moments, in the sense of maybe his goals. It could just be general moments as a footballer. Liverpool didn't lose a single Premier League game where Jota scored. He scored in 52 matches. They won 43 and drew 9. Diogo Jota will forever be remembered as number 20, and he'll forever remain as a Premier League champion. And what has anything been more released chat about that? Because I will be honest, I've barely checked the news over the past couple of days. Apart from what a couple of people messaged me here and there. Has the club actually confirmed that the shirt has actually retired? Because I know they put it in a way as it is. I can't remember the word now. Was it immortal or something? It was something like that. But I don't know if they actually confirmed whether the number 20 is actually going to be fully retired. Have they actually confirmed that? Because I've not checked. I would not really check the news if being totally honest. But yeah, I hope everyone is well. Is number 20 getting put away? Let me try and find the tweet that Liverpool put out, because I can't remember what they actually said. And this was beautiful from Henderson, by the way. And I'm going to speak about all the positives, because there's a couple of negatives that are really you know, that's what I mean. As you can see here, Jordan Henderson, former Liverpool captain, is trying to pay respects and love to his former teammate. What? Please tell me, what the fuck are you? Has he got a fucking grin on his face? The prick. Why are these people here? How would you like it, mate, if you lost somebody and you got filmed? maybe a close mate or relative. How would you like if you got filmed while trying to pay your respects? The Daily Mail, are an absolute disgrace. They should be banned from anywhere near Anfield. They should be banned from the city of Liverpool, and they should be known as for what they've done over the past couple of days, because it's nothing but more of a disgrace and fucking disgusting. From some of the stuff I have seen about his loving wife trying to pay her respects and, be emotional when she's walking in with a coffin, and you're sat there filming her crying. Have some fucking shame. Have some absolute fucking shame about you, you pricks. And I don't want to get angry because it really pissed me off when I saw it. But I do want to find the tweet that Liverpool released. I can't find it. It was something about his shirt, but this is beautiful. I laid some flowers myself. Mine are actually slightly down there. Obviously, this was the 4th of thingy, so mine was actually 3 days ago. So this isn't an old picture, but the best one I saw was Jota holding the Premier League trophy in like a little frame, and I forget like a little message on it. That was beautiful. The amount of shirts that I saw, the amount of shirts I saw from all different Premier League clubs as well was beautiful to see. But I wanted to get that a little bit off my chest because about the Daily Mail, because I'm not going to go into it too much because it'll get me wound up. So this is what I've just been sent this tweet. Yeah, you can just see what a guy, Diogo was, man, getting the people involved, in the streets, just playing football with the kids. What a guy, man. And that just shows the character. That just shows the character, that he was. Yep. Big up to yourself for making this stream. Appreciate it, bro. Big up to yourself for tuning in. I'd love for you to do the video. What as in my top 10 Jota moments as an actual memory video. Yeah, I am thinking of doing it in like terms of the way how I'm gonna style it. What have they done is similar to what the other rag did. The Sun did back then. Yeah, they're both scumbags, and I'm not going to talk about the negatives of them because fuck them. We're talking about a husband, a father, a family man, and a loving man. That's what we're here to remember and talk about, not two absolute scumbags of papers. What was I going to mention? Yep. But yeah, people, I just wanted to jump on for an hour and give my thoughts and just speak about what happened a couple of days ago. I don't think we're ever going to get our heads around this, and certainly the family never will. And yeah, But yeah, people, if you're watching on the playback, do click the link down below if you need to. And yeah, thank you, people, for tuning in. And in terms of content moving forward, I don't know. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be coming back again in a week. In terms of how I'm going to structure Liverpool content in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be figuring it out. But I might do a stream again tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do a stream again tomorrow. Whatever that is, I don't know. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, thoughts and condolences to the family of Jota. May you rest in peace. Rest in peace to Andre Silva. May you never be forgotten for the both of you. And again, people, if you got a family member, tell them you love them. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And I'll be back tomorrow. Rest in peace forever, Diogo, Jota, and Andre.